Hey everyone, we have a new game mode in GFL2, the Boundary Push event or the Tarkov Mode as some people like to call it. I want to quickly go over some of the essential details about the event so you all are up to date and know what to do and expect from this game mode. First of all, it's already been a day, but for some reason if you haven't found it yet, you go to the time limited events tab and then you can find the Boundary Push in the top right corner. When you first launch it, you go through the tutorial, that's fine, it uses preset tools and not yours. But once you're done with the tutorial, or if you have skipped it, first thing you do is to switch up the difficulty. You want to set the max difficulty level, you can do. Of course that means you wanna go for the deep layer. It does require your dolls to be at least level 55 plus, which shouldn't be an issue if you are not a beginner. Otherwise just set it as high as you can do. You want to go for the highest difficulty because that gives you the most rewards per week. This game mode is a weekly game mode and as you see the rewards are resetting weekly. If you have a lower difficulty set, you will earn less rewards. Simple. Now at the beginning, one of your goal is to reach depth 11 as fast as you can, and you increase depth by playing more rounds. It's basically an XP system and you want to reach max level fast. To start a round, you click here and that brings us to the team selection. A few very important things to note here. Number one, make sure you organize your team correctly here before starting. Don't immediately start by clicking the start button here. The team formation is not like in the normal game modes outside. If you want to change someone from the main lineup, select that role and replace with someone from the bench. This is really important because once you do a round with a team, that team members go on a 15-hour cooldown and you can't use them for that time. If you start a round with the wrong team formation and you quit out of it to reattempt, it's done. They go on that 15-hour cooldown and you are fucked. I did that yesterday, so I'm warning you guys. Every attempt matters, so start carefully. If you for any reason did mess up the team, don't quit. Just play the round, otherwise it will be wasted. Number two, if you have more dolls, means you can do more rounds per day, since after every round 4 dolls of that team go on a cooldown. I haven't pulled for many dolls, I can basically just do 3 rounds since I only have that many dolls above level 40. I can do only 2 rounds at the max difficulty and 1 round at the medium difficulty. But if you have more dolls, you can do more rounds, simple as that. Now the other important thing is the crystal collection here. It's basically AFK farming the resources from the maps you have played. It's like the dorm room dispatch. You can send any of your dolls in these slots, it does not matter, and keep farming the resources and they all count towards the weekly rewards that you can see here. You unlock more slots as you level up the depth. You can have max 10 slots and yeah, just slot your dolls in there for the passive farming. Now after the very first tutorial and once you do 2 or 3 normal runs, you unlock these 2 tabs. Strategies is where you activate new skills and abilities to help you in the runs. You use the crystals from the runs and the farming for the activations. As you play more, you will activate everything here. If you mess up somehow and activated a different node than what you wanted, you can reset the skill tree from here and do the correct nodes as you want to. And the bounties tab, this one is very important. This is your main target every week. You have 4 bounties for 4 different bosses and you can get 120 collapse pieces in total and all the other rewards for clearing all 4. This resets weekly and you want to do this first thing every week. Do not leave it for end of week close to reset timing, because once you do one of these, that team goes into the 15-hour cooldown. If you have used up all your teams and there are still bounties remaining but the week is also ending soon, then you will have to sacrifice those rewards. Better to do them first in the week. For this launch week, if you haven't done them yet, I would say do them as soon as possible. Also a reminder to do these bounties in the highest difficulty, that is deep layer. If you set a lower difficulty, they give less rewards. So always do them at the highest difficulty. You don't need to do all 4 at once. I can only form 2 teams of level 55 plus, so I'll do them 2 at a time. By the way, you can also see the bounties on this map as well. So yeah, later on once you have maxed the depth level and unlocked all crystal collection slots, you don't need to do any normal runs anymore. The only thing you will do weekly is to clear the 4 bounties and collect the rewards from the crystal collection. That alone will get you all the weekly rewards. It's not a grind at all. And finally, some helpful tips for the runs itself. Let me start a bounty run and I can mention those. Number 1, machine guns and SMGs are OP in this game mode. Once you start activating the nodes in the strategy skill trees, you will see, but basically machine guns do AoE damage and SMG can one-shot elites, enemies behind cover and do most damage to bosses, etc. So they are really good, and if you can, bring them in your teams. Sniper as usual has the most range, which can be useful in here, and shotguns can break the stone blocks easily. These are the primary advantages I have found so far. Once you are in a round, you can see how many areas you can unlock. You pass the green gates to unlock an area and it costs 10 delve permits. You can see how many you have from here when you open the minimap. When you are doing a bounty run, your primary goal is to kill the boss. Only then it counts as done. So you want to reach the boss as fast as possible, kill it, and then explore more locked areas if there are any remaining. It's possible if you keep exploring and unlocking areas that you run out of delve permits before reaching boss and you can't unlock anymore. Then that run is ruined and you don't get all the best rewards. So prioritize the boss always. You'll get all the weekly rewards from the passive crystal collection thing anyway. And the last thing I want to mention as a tip is that you will unlock these relay points or healing points, etc. in a map, and once you do so, if you fuck up something and get into an unwanted battle, you can reset back there like this. Yep, that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover. Everything else you can learn from the in-game tips. This is a fun game mode, something different, and I hope you guys enjoy it. If you found this video helpful, you can like and subscribe, that always helps. And if you want to directly support my channel, thanks to you guys, you now have the option to join my channel membership or send a super thanks. That will be dope. But regardless, I appreciate all of you, love you all, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.